Alright, I thought it would be high time for a nice little switch up to our inventory. We're only going to have so many more opportunities to organize it after all, so just get that going right there. A nice little wall of ammunition, organized in a way that I think is a little agreeable. You know what, why don't we just take one of these first aid sprays here, fill in one of these spots real quick. We can put the grenade up here, and there we go. Get another block of first aid sprays going over here. And welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 4. We're close to the end of the game at this point, only a couple more chapters left to go. Oh, you know what, this is disastrous. Why don't I just move that right over there? There we go. I like to have everything up against a wall real quick, such as it were for the case. Anyways, heading into Chapter 5-4, this part totally sucks on professional mode. Not a fan, not a fan. In fact, the first time I tried to commit to completing this game on professional mode, this specific chapter and this specific sequence, more like it, is what kept me from finishing it. Fortunately, we have tons of healing items and tons of rifle ammo, so we should be pretty good here. Heading up this way.
So, it seems you killed Krauser too. How shall I return my appreciation?
What are you talking about? I thought he was with you.
What are you talking about? Did you really think I'd trust an American? To tell you the truth, I was contemplating how to get rid of him. But thanks to you, that's no longer necessary.
You were just using him right from the start.
Oh, I must hand it to you. You've demonstrated quite a bit of promise by killing Krauser. When your assimilation with Las Plagas is complete, I'll have you serve as my guard.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to decline your generous offer. I have prior engagements.
Enjoy your smart-mouthing while you can.
And yeah, just one more little bit of banter with Sadler there. That's not the only cutscene we've got coming up here, though.
Verifica la presión de esa válvula. ¿Y tú? Aquí. ¿Terminaste? ¿Viste algo? No hay problema.
Damn. Hey, it's about time.
Sorry, bad traffic. I'll cover you.
Mira, llenanos de pólvora. Ahí está.
That's what I call backup.
The name's Mike. You looking for firepower, you come to the right place.
Yes, we have an ally now, Mike the Chopper Pilot. Everybody loves Mike. At least everyone who plays normal mode loves Mike. Now on normal mode, you really don't have to stress yourself out too much in this sequence because Mike will be flying around, basically just annihilating everything that gets into his sight, allowing you to mostly just sit back, wait in cover, and let him take out things like that turret up there. Unfortunately, this is professional mode, and on professional mode, Mike mostly just flies around drinking a beer and watching funny TikToks, leaving Leon to do all the work. The way he seems to work in professional mode is that after an allotted amount of time, he'll do a gunning run on the enemies. His first run comes in after about 2 minutes or so. Oh, there we go. That guy's actually pretty tricky to hit. Fortunately, we were able to get him off of his turret there. Let's get this guy taken out real quick. Hey, no, I see you right there. There we go, beautiful. But yeah, he'll come in about 2 minutes, and then after about another 5 minutes, he'll do another run, and then that is the extent of what Mike will do for you in hard mode. He is really not that helpful, unfortunately. We're going to be doing most of the heavy lifting for this sequence. I already combined that up. We are going to drop a grenade down this ladder here real quick. Okay, hold on. Drop another one real quick. I would kind of like a few grenades for later. There we go. Just to get those shield guys dispatched. There are other turrets in the area, so be mindful. Heading down into here, we can utilize our striker to good effect to deal with a lot of these guys. There's a couple routes you can take to get through this sequence. I kind of like taking this way, jumping down from that ladder there. Gives us a good opportunity to go to work on some of these guys who are approaching us. Whoop. We'll just take that guy's head out. We will also take this guy's head out. Remember that we don't have to worry too much about, whoop. Yeah, we got a few guys dropping down from different places here. This is where the increased firing rate, we've just exhausted enough time that Mike is going for his first gunning run here. We will let him take care of the guys behind us. As soon as this turret starts going, get under this bridge here. We can also grab a yellow herb real quick. As a matter of fact, there we go. Yeah. Mike will occasionally blow up a gunning tower for you. I think he actually took out the guy who was firing on us. Not that I was really threatened by him. Let's continue on through this little trench right here. It looks like his gunning run is still going, so nice. We're actually enjoying some assistance from Mike for the time being. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, God, I can't see. There we go. We are just going to climb up this ladder here. Not going to worry too much about the guys that are approaching from behind me. That guy kind of got confused about where I was heading, it seems. Let's use a few striker shots to take that guy out. Come on. Get this guy taken care of. Wait until these guys get into range where I can hit them with a decisive head blast. We're going to take this ladder up now. Yeah, Mike is still going. Good, good. He's working better for me than you. Oh, no, wait. That was this guy. Okay, we'll just take that guy out real quick so we don't have to worry about him hassling us as we try to move to the next area. We want to head to the inside of this tower area. And once we open up this door right here and step through a little bit, JJ will pop in over to the other side. So what we want to do is get behind cover in this tower over here. I'll take this green herb because we could really stand to have it. We're going to have a few guys encroaching on our position here. This is a good opportunity to start using a ton of our rifle ammo. We will just use quick shots to deal with a lot of these guys. There we go. Send these guys down to the ground. Take a few shots on there. I think that guy produced a Plagas, but I'm not overly concerned about that. As you can see, we got a couple other guys trying to get up here. We can just take them out, no problem, from this angle. Okay, I hear some guys with crossbows. I just want to be careful that those guys don't become a problem. Okay. Yeah, let's just use our rifle shots real quick to get these guys who seem a little confused about how to get over to here. There we go. Now that that's taken care of, JJ is waiting for us right over here. We are just going to lay into him with the rapid-fire shots of our fully upgraded semi-auto rifle. He does not really have much of an option for dealing with this. Remember that JJ is a boss-type enemy, so we don't have to worry about his drop disappearing. Let me see here. I want to get this guy taken care of real quick. Dang it. Yeah, using body shots on the semi-auto rifle with its exclusive upgrade, really good idea. Takes care of enemies super effectively. If JJ was still alive in that position, you would get a little funny interaction where the zipline would kick him and stagger him, and you could then unload into him with the Killer 7. The reason that we need to come this way is because the bulkhead needs this lever to be tossed in order for us to get through. Once the shutter is up, we can go on through, and I am actually shocked at how I was able to get through that without much damage taken. Now, you're supposed to just immediately take a left here, but you can also crouch behind these sandbags for cover if you want to. Dang it, of course! If you immediately make your way over to the left, you don't have to worry about getting hit there. I just wanted to get moving, because I am actually shocked at the low damage that I took in that previous section. Once again, we're just going to use body shots on this guy to take him out. This section is pretty darn annoying. Take that guy down. There'll probably be some guys coming up from the lower level in a bit. Yeah, I can see him right there. We will just take him out with a rifle shot real quick. Want to keep our rifle fully loaded. Now, get over to here and hang out sort of towards the edge of this. Wait for this turret barrage to finish. And make sure that no guys are coming up from behind you. Okay, while this guy is reloading his turret, we can get him with a quick headshot. There we go, there we go. Nobody's coming from behind me. Next, we want to wait very carefully. There's another turret on the opposite side. We're actually not going to shoot this guy. We're going to wait for him to start reloading. And if we're quick, Yep, okay. Now listen closely. Wait for the next barrage to happen. Yeah, okay. There was a turret on the ground level. That guy actually hit his ally for us, which is pretty funny. Mike is doing his gunning run right now. That is bad. That is really bad, actually. He could blow up the tower that I'm by. Now, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Oh, God. I can't even see what's going on. But yeah, Mike is doing the gunning run over here now, which is really bad, because if he blows up the tower while I'm next to it, that could cause some serious problems. There we go. He's actually removing our cover here. Fortunately, when you get hit by these guys, they immediately go into a reload. There we go. That was unfortunate. That is how quickly your health can go in this stage, and Mike picked the worst possible time to try and help me there. Come on, bro. Could you have picked a worse moment to try and come and assist me? I really did not want to get blown up. Whatever. We've taken out all the turrets, so now this section will be really easy. We can take out these guys who are just waiting for their heads to be exploded by Leon. Be a little careful when you're heading up top, as there will be some guys waiting for you by the ladder. As you can see, that guy's already heading over to it. Got another crossbow guy over here. Where did he go? Yeah, what the heck. Let's just get down from here. We can drop down from over here. Hello. Yeah, okay, now they're all closing in on our position. This is actually one of the better runs I've had in this place. You can die very, very fast in this section on professional mode. There is so much crap being thrown at you. I'm actually just going to jump down here and let these guys take me head on. We can utilize the striker to great effect here. While we are moving along, may as well grab this green herb here. Again, the game is so generous with the healing items. Of course, a crossbow guy spawned in on the other side. As long as we stick to cover here, we shouldn't be too threatened by him. By the way, the last turret, Ganado, dropped a first aid spray, so we'll have more healing items to grab on our way out here. Oh, God. Was not expecting to be hit by an arrow there. Let's just throw this switch, open the shutter, and we can get on out of here. Find the best place to drop down, which unfortunately isn't looking like it's anywhere close by. We'll also want to swing by and grab that. Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, my God! Do you guys really have to be crowding up on the bottom spot there? Come on. Rude. These guys annoyed me. We are going to take them out with the striker real quick. Unfortunately, I've still got more shots being thrown at my head here. Oh! I was wondering what was going on with that. I was looking down to see if somebody else took up the turret, because I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. And it's not a thing that could happen. Anyways, we're through the war sequence. Goodness gracious, I hate that part on professional mode. As you can see, Mike helped us a grand total of 2 times, compared to normal mode, where he essentially does the entire section for you. Mike, please, do better. Actually, you're gonna have a chance to, right here.
Take cover!
Thanks. When we get out of here, drinks are on me.
Yeah, hey, I know a good bar.
Mike! I'll make sure you're the next to go, Saddler.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Leon.
Saddler, you bastard!
It's nothing to get all upset about. Don't tell me you've never swatted a bothersome fly. In essence, it's the same thing.
What did you say? Insects' life doesn't compare to human lives.
When you've acquired this power, you too will understand.
Guess it's another good reason to get the parasite out of my body.
I wish you luck.
Pour one out for Mike. Also, even though Leon walked up to the cliff in that cutscene, he ends up right back where he started when the cutscene started. All of you should go to your favorite bar in honor of Mike. We can take a closer look at what happened to him here. Mike, I'll make sure they'll pay. This is affecting Leon even more than Luis's death did. Anyways, one nice thing about Mike taking out those guys for us is that because the game is transitioning, or rather because everything is just rendered in-engine, some of the enemies will occasionally drop items for you off of Mike's carnage with his minigun. So, you know, at the very least, he did get some pay dirt for us. Regardless, there's nothing else for us in this area, so let's continue on to the next one. This chapter actually goes on for quite a bit longer than the war sequence. I always kind of remember it just ending after Mike gets shot down, but no, it goes on for a bit. Over here, we can get another pearl pendant, something to sell to the merchant once he encounters him. At least he's still alive.
Report. Time is almost up.
Krauser's dead.
Really? Leon doesn't die easily. That's fine. We can use him to clean up Sadler for us. We'll let them fight it out. Neither one of them will manage to come out unharmed.
Easier said than done.
Either way, it's your job to clean up what's left of them when the fight is over. Don't forget who is running the show.
Whatever happens, we can't let either of them live to see tomorrow.
Our goal is to retrieve the sample. Take out anything that might interfere with our plans.
But before we move on with what's happening with Leon, we're just going to quickly switch perspectives to Ada and see what it's like for her to get through this war zone. And as a matter of fact, I should probably talk to the merchant here, as there are a few purchases for us to make. Let me see, did I already combine up the links? So, already forgetting, I did not. So, I'll have to do that on my own time, but it really should not be necessary here. With all the treasures we already have, I didn't even bother to sell some of the stuff that I got from Chapter 3. We should still have enough money to buy everything that I'd like to get. So, let's move over here. Finally, we can buy the extra-large case for Ada, so now we've got the maximum inventory possible. We can also now fit the bowgun comfortably into our case. And this bowgun is going to be coming very in handy much later in the chapter, so let's just tuck that off to the side there. As you can see, it's a 3x item there, so it takes up quite a bit of inventory space, which is why I don't recommend purchasing it until this stage of the game. Anyway, moving on from that, we will have another combinatory treasure to get in this chapter, and as a matter of fact, the first one, or the first piece of it, the base, is available pretty early on. We're back to playing as Ada in separate ways here, so we don't get to enjoy the incredible damage that she is able to lay out with the TMP anymore, as the enemies are much sturdier here. We've got a JJ to start things right off here, so we are just going to loop him with semi-auto rifle shots. Try and take out that guy over there as well. There we go. And one more shot on his head. Yeah, that'll do it. Want to keep the rifle loaded. There's quite a few situations where we're going to want to make use of it. We're also going to be getting quite a few grenades as we continue through this chapter. I actually wanted to grab that guy's item, but whatever. We do have to come up here eventually anyway. We do have an enemy waiting over here, so I am just going to explode his head, like so. Grab some bowgun bolts. Don't worry, we will be using up most of these bolts before this chapter is over. Here we can find the blue eye. That's right, our treasure for this chapter is the butterfly lamp. So, fortunately, the eyes are not too tricky to find. There is one that is particularly difficult to locate, just because of the awkward space that it's put in, but I obviously already know where it is, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Once again, though, this was one where maybe having the map could come in handy here, if you're more set on collecting all the treasures, even if it's not exactly super profitable to do so. Of course, actually, I want to make sure I have this loaded. I want to be careful stepping forward, as there are a lot of guys with dynamite. As a matter of fact, probably would be wise to just use the TMP to blow up dynamite as it is tossed at us. Like so. Oh boy, there we go. Managed to avoid that one. Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward situation. God. Nope, okay. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. Hopefully I can get through this without taking any more damage. Let me just get this guy taken care of. This guy is in such an obnoxious spot. Oh, God. Fortunately, he threw it right behind that. What we'll do instead is just do a quick stunning shot with the semi-auto, and then finish him off with a headshot there. Yeah, sometimes things can get a little ugly when dealing with dynamite tossers from that angle. We're going to quickly make our way up here, and I want to move very quickly. Thank you. Because we can get a red herb over here. That's why I didn't heal immediately when I took that damage. So we can just take these herbs and combine them up, have them at the ready for when we need another full heal. For right now, let's just use this one that we already have pre-made. And these guys are super content to just blow each other up with dynamite, so we will return the favor and also introduce some of our own explosive ordnance into this. Moving on to here, we've got a very, very annoying section of this chapter coming up. I hope you like standing still and just waiting to kill a bunch of very easy enemies, because that's what we're going to have to do for this section of Separate Ways, unfortunately. A bunch of guys will be dropping down, we'll be knocking them to the floor with the shotgun, and then just slowly dispatching them with weaker weaponry. There we go. Now we can switch over to our Blacktail here and just deal a bunch of damage to this guy. We'll likely see, yeah, a bunch of Plagas come up. This is where our flash grenades really come in handy. Just immediately destroy those guys with that. We want to keep the Blacktail fully loaded if possible. And ditto for the shotgun while this guy is still stunned. We'll send him down, get this guy layered up on top of him. And yeah, we're just waiting until we kill enough guys that the game decides it's okay for us to go on. Alright. We can also use our shotgun to keep the blade Plagas at bay. I'm not super pressed about killing it instantly, honestly. I do want to take them out with flashbangs if more than one is in the area at a time. There we go. And yeah, there's really not too much to say about this. This is the part of the chapter that I was dreading more than any other. Not because it's difficult, it's just really goddamn boring. And once again, we've got another two Blade Plagas up, so we're just going to immediately flashbang them, get them out of here. We kind of need to clear some space out of our inventory anyway, so I may as well just use up some of those. Unlike for Leon, there's not a whole bunch of situations where the flashbangs are super necessary to have. Let me just take this guy down. And we can also use a grenade. Again, hand grenades also do not really have much situational use. We can just utilize that as a quick way to deal with some of these guys. Keep my Blacktail at the ready here. How many guys have we taken out? It's been like, about 13, 14 so far? Not exactly my idea of a good time. Unfortunately, it's what we gotta do to get through this chapter. Of course, this is why I hate the Blade Plaga so much. It's such an obnoxious thing to have to deal with. Able to hit you out of their own hit stun. Alright, that should do it. Let's quickly reload the shotgun. I don't hear any more guys dropping in. There we go. We're finally done with that section of the chapter. Again, not my idea of a good time. The part that I was least looking forward to. Let's continue. Oh god! Yeah, a bunch of stuff is just not going my way right now. But this is what I was saving that full heal for. Let's just quickly take that. We don't even have a guy with a helicopter giving us the pretense of assistance here. Let's once again, and yeah, we are really just recycling the military sequence, just with no chopper to help us out this time. Making our way back over here. If I come across a green herb, I'd actually like to use it. I mean, oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, dude, what the heck is this angle? How is he still hitting me? Never mind, we use our golden egg here. Yeah, Separate Ways is a very annoying chapter sometimes, or annoying mode sometimes. They like to stick stuff in really irritating spots for Ada. Doesn't help that it's kind of on just a default difficulty level that's pretty similar to professional mode. Heading over here, I hope you're ready for more recycled content, because that's what Ada's got here. Once again, the bulkhead will lock, and we have to go around, hit the switches, and the big difference is that there is no chopper, giving us the pretense of assistance this time. I really don't know why this was the best they could think of for this chapter, but it is what we have to deal with. Oh well, oh well. Don't worry about the fact that we have not seen any treasure yet at this point. There's only the butterfly, or the blue eye in this area. I want to actually make use of the rifle here. Let's quickly snipe this guy. If we can get into the right spot, we can hit this guy without too much worry about him shooting us. Ow, come on. Couldn't even see that guy from there. Well, now I see him. We're just going to blow him up, and goodness gracious, we are getting absolutely battered with crossbow bolts here. We, of course, got another JJ. Not going to be the last one we see. This guy is just camping out in here. Again, another enemy placed in a pretty annoying spot to try and catch you unawares. It's also being quite obnoxious and not dying off of those shotgun blasts. And goodness gracious, we want to get behind cover so JJ cannot hit us. And take these shotgun shells here. And now is a good opportunity to actually use the bowgun. But what I'm going to do first is just to make sure I'm not getting peppered with crossbow bolts. There he is. I lost track of where that guy was. Okay, now I don't have to worry about that guy. Time to demonstrate the bowgun. The bowgun will fire exploding bolts, and normally it has a lengthy reload, but if you are in the range of the explosion, it will actually cancel the reload animation. Like Krauser's bow and arrow, it is a one arrow, then reload type of thing. Well, type of deal. Not quite how Krauser's work. Also, JJ only gives us 4,000 pesetas here. Not exactly the most generous I've ever seen. Continuing on this way, let us just grab this TMP ammo while we're over here and jump on down. Once again, we just have to make our way over to the opposite side and hit the other switch. Let me see here. Just want to take this green herb real quick. I'm just going to directly use it. We should have enough first aid sprays for the rest of the game. Separate ways, that is. And I don't really have to worry too much about combining up any more herbs, provided I don't eat a ton of crap. And once again, JJ is here. The chapter is just recycling itself now. This is getting ridiculous, Ada. You've got some problems with your story mode and how it's laid out. We are going to let this guy fire off his shots into the wall there. Fortunately, he is not able to penetrate what is over there. And we should just be able to pepper him with rifle shots from right here. Let him get a little bit closer so I don't risk missing here. Okay, this time he's not going to go for spamming the fire. Going to let him slow down. Again, it's just a good idea to make sure that he's come to a full stop so that we can effectively stagger and loop him. And with that, we're finally done with this completely repeated section. Well, okay, not quite, but we will be heading into slightly different stuff, and we will be reconvening with Leon and his story in progress in just a moment. Don't worry, don't worry. Heading over here and grabbing some shotgun shells. Let's make our way out of here. Not exactly as tense a situation as the game was making it out to be, all truth be told, but whatever. Heading into here, I can already hear the guy firing crossbow bolts into the floor. That's kind of funny, honestly. With him taken care of, we do want to be a little attentive about our surroundings, as this is where the next treasure can be found. It's actually in a pretty devious spot. Just quickly taking out that guy with the rocket launcher there so we don't have to worry about dealing with him. Keep our semi-auto rifle loaded. We're not going to need it for too many fights at this point in the separate ways, so may as well use it to take out normal enemies. Looking down here. Helicopter wreckage. It looks American. What happened here? Well, we already know the answer to that, but I suppose that's just something that Ada is going to have to chew on for the rest of her life. Over here, we're just going to quickly dispatch these guys with the crossbows. We can wrap back around to deal with them, but I want to check this out first. And once you open up this barrel here and get your yellow herb, some guys will just pop in out of nowhere from behind you. Fortunately, they are no match for our semi-auto rifle. One more guy dropping down right in time to be hit with a rather juicy headshot. Heading up here, we've almost reconnected with Leon, but you want to pay attention to right here. This is probably, if you miss any treasure in the stage, it's probably going to be this one. The red eye posted right up there. Pretty devious spot to place it, I gotta say, but I do kind of respect that in and of itself. At least give us some reason to purchase some of the treasure maps, I guess. Grabbing our ammunition here that we are going to completely deny Leon. We are almost completely reconnected with him. Let's just grab some bowgun bolts here and step into our cutscene.
Leon, you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, Ada.
We have to get that parasite out of your body.
Yeah. But before that, I gotta save Ashley.
Fine. Let's split up.
Back to Leon's mission in progress. Ada did take Leon's advice to heart there, and now she has a knife for the first time in the original release of the game. I guess she just kind of forgot she had it with once Separate Ways was added. Regardless, Leon getting stabbed in the leg there doesn't really impede him all that much, I gotta say. He's still running just fine. We get into this really weird prison area. I'm not really sure what's going on with this place. You open up this right here, some kind of bag, but... oh, hey! Something is alive in there. Now, admittedly, I kind of sold the infrared scope a little early. One kind of fun little detail you can see with that is that if you use the infrared scope on that bag, you'll see that it is burning and bright red, just as hot as anything can be. Little Easter egg that I just kind of missed here, unfortunately. You can probably hear the breathing in the background, and yes, there is another regenerator in here. The final of the game, waiting into this cell just off to the left. We are just going to ignore him completely. You do not have to fight him at all. We just need to get up here to leave. Yeah, as you can see, he'll try to catch us, but he's not exactly an acrobatic individual. Time for a lengthy combat sequence, just because we haven't really had enough of these for this chapter. Before you head over to the next section, let's grab some items over here. We will make a fully powered restorative herb. Man, the game has been super generous with all the yellow herbs just at this moment. It looks like Leon has like the tiniest sliver left in order to complete his health gauge. I think we only need to use one more yellow herb on Ashley once we get her back in order to fully max out her HP. Not that it's really going to matter too much, because we are just about at the end of the game. Actually, before I forget, would like to load my Killer 7 real quick. We're going to have a few opportunities to use it, and the quick reload on it once you max it out is honestly really sick looking. I like that a lot. Moving on over here, we got a few guys who are a bit short or a bit delay of them noticing us here, allowing us to just quickly take them out with critical headshots. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Be careful and poke out very carefully. Be careful and poke out carefully. Just be cautious and move slightly, and we can use the rifle here to take out a ton of these guys before they become a problem for us. I'm just going to let this guy get blown down by the explosive barrel. Once again, we've got another parasite inbound. We'll shoot this guy down. Take the critical shot there. There we go. You can tell that that guy's not going to produce a Plagas when he goes into his death throes there. JJ will spawn in from the top there. We're just going to let him get a little closer to us. Take another headshot there. I honestly kind of like seeing the taser guys, just because I don't ever have to worry about them throwing anything at me. But like I said, we'll let JJ eventually drop down, and then we can just slam fire into him with the Killer 7 and take him out in like 3 shots. Killer 7 is still perfectly good. At this point, you would have the max power Broken Butterfly if you had been saving money for it and fully upgrading it. Where the hell is he? I can hear him. There he is. We'll let him try to get some shots off, but we can just quickly... man. It's always the worst when they just quickly stagger back and cause a shot to miss. Wasted bullet there. Taking my frustration out on this guy, and of course he's got a Plagas. That is okay, that is okay. Our goal for this area is to get a specific door open. I'll show you where it is, because you can kind of find yourself getting into the doldrums of completing everything and not actually realize what your end goal for this area is, which admittedly is a little funny. What we're looking to do is open the door right over here. Interacting it will cause this guy to take this key. While Leon's doing his thing, why don't we check out what Ada is up to, shall we? Naturally, since she left the room from the same door that Leon left, she ends up in the same place. Unlike Leon, though, she finds a couple of different things waiting for her here. Another yellow herb, which is kind of annoying, actually, because we don't... Actually, we do. Never mind. You know what? I'll take this opportunity to just fully heal myself up, get 1 health increase, and then have another in reserve for later. Should I need it? Should I need it? no regenerator waiting for us in here, but there are some guys who are just posted to try and make it at least a little bit of a challenge to get some of the items waiting for us in here. Not that there's anything I particularly care about, but yeah, this guy does not do very well. He gets a little bit stuck. A little bit. Alright. Oh, geez. There's just a procession of Blade Plagas here, and this guy waiting out for us. Goodness gracious. That is the extent of the enemies that you find in here. But don't worry, Ada does have something else waiting for her beyond this point. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything here. The next eye is posted in one of these jail cells, so I want to make absolutely sure I don't miss that entirely. Moving on to here, I believe it is in this cell, actually. Kick in the door and move over to the right here. There we go, green eye. Now we'll be able to make the most valuable version of the butterfly lamp. Suppose since those guys were coming out of here, I can check this out. This dead body is sickening, especially the mouth. I can't look at it any longer. Same. No need to worry about actually fighting the regenerator, though. We are able to move on, no problem. Ada just trying to swagger her way up of that ledge there. Over here, we got a couple items to grab, and as soon as you step a little bit forward here...
Krauser, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun when I reported you dead to Wesker. Think of all the paperwork I would have to fill out if you were to show up alive.
Christ, we just can't get away from this guy. Anyways, what you want to do is wait for him to back up into a wall and immediately... Ah, dang it. Once again, what the? Oh, that was that was weird. Right, we were trapped against the wall. So this fight is actually pretty straightforward, though we're in a very cramped quarters to deal with him. This can work against us in its own way, but what we want to do... Whoop, misread that as a leg sweep. Whoop. Let him backflip into the wall, immediately start slashing as he lands. There we go. 2 knife swipes, and he's good to go. So, moving on into this stage of the fight here, it's actually pretty annoying. As soon as Ada lands... Whoop, yeah, just immediately goes for the swipe there. Let's, just wait for him. There we go. Do that. 2 swipes. Now, you'll notice a bunch of items here, but when Krauser moves on, unfortunately... the game does not let you grab them. You automatically get moved over to the next part of the fight. Whoa! Almost got hit by that one, actually. Okay. Grab that. There we go. Rough start to that battle, but we got it just fine. Yeah, not exactly the most impressive run back for Krauser.
That's a large thing you have there. But I don't like it when men play rough.
And with that uncomfortable attempt at innuendo, we are officially done with the overlapping sections of Chapter 5. Well, okay, for this video, oh my god, I am bungling all my words. I'm recording these separately and then stitching them together, and I am just not selling this at all. But hey, not everything can be perfect. But we're done with this overlap for this section of Ada and Leon's final chapters, so why don't we just take the opportunity to combine up our treasures and get the full value for selling these. If you are trying to get Ada's Chicago typewriter, remember, gotten by beating Assignment Ada in all future, or all versions of RE4 starting from the PS2 version, good idea to sell these treasures and get that beautiful cash reward. Sadly, the merchant does not have anything to sell us here, so we cannot buy any additional first aid sprays, but 4 first aid sprays is pretty good, I gotta say. There we go. That's almost halfway to being able to purchase the Chicago typewriter. Anyway, let's move on to the next section for Ada, but we're going to see what Leon's up to right now. Yeah, I'm glad we're finally done with seeing Krauser. Anyways, this is actually the first time I'm seeing this happen from when the from interacting with the door. Usually I interact with one of the releases up on the upper level, and that causes this wave of enemies to come forward. Honestly, doing this by interacting with the door is probably better, because it puts a lot more of these guys in a position where we can just easily and quickly take them out. Now, one of the enemies that spawned in will randomly have the key, so don't assume it's the guy who's closest to the key card. As a matter of fact, the guy who had the key card was right in front of us, apparently. He made some good distance there. Here is a good example of an enemy committing to their action if they have a Plagas there. Pretty annoying when that happens. We're just gonna use that full heal that we got there. Okay, now I can safely say that Leon's health bar is completely maxed out. It looked a little unfilled to me. All these guys have very graciously decided to just come on down and let me pick them off with the rifle here. We'll get this guy shot down. Oh, there we go, there we go. There we go, you. This is actually going quite well, honestly. I think this is the better way to go about this area. Alright, let's grab these pesetas over here. We can also go over here and get all our items. Oh wow, look at all these guys. I'm honestly feeling like I'm seeing more of these guys than if I did the interaction with the keycard panel up top. We will just pile these guys up, take them all out, no problem. There we go. I love the crit rate of the Striker. It is so consistent about just, oh god. It's so consistent about just taking out guys at close range with powerful headshots. I feel like it genuinely does have a higher crit rate than other shotguns. It seems to explode craniums way more often. Alright, we're actually doing pretty good here. Where are all these guys coming from? I think we've gotten most of them at this point. Of course, one more Blade Plagas for the road. Why not? Why not? Okay, with the keycard in tow, what we need to do is get to the place where that guy initially pulled it out from, which we can find up top here. I think there's one more guy wandering around. I believe the music cuts out once you've taken care of every enemy. This is not the area where the keycard was pulled from. This is just an area where we can get a few more items, so may as well while we're at it. Let us pop the keycard into its designated slot, get the door releases reactivated. The card key has been pulled out. The emergency locks have been activated. Well, no need to fear there. Just pop that back in. We can get those emergency locks taken care of right quick, right quick. We'll grab a few more items while they're here. Some pesetas for the road. Always appreciated, always appreciated. More rifle ammo to go to my, actually, surprisingly, we've actually used up most of our rifle ammo at this point. Yeah, how much I had of it at the start, did you see that? It goes quick, it goes quick. The game kind of tricks you into thinking you have more rifle ammo than you do, since it only packs it into as much as 10 bullets per box, so you can end up going through it pretty quickly, especially with how powerful the semi-auto rifle is in the endgame. Alright, one emergency lock release has been hit. We're just about done with this sequence. Come over here, and we've got another locker we can open up over here. Another 2 lockers we can open up over here. Both of them had jack and shit in them, so I guess the joke's on me. Regardless, 2 emergency locks hit, and this rather tedious section is taken care of. Again, one last big combat section for the road for Leon. Guess he's got to have some excitement before he gets to the final boss. Can't have it be too easy. Speaking of not having it too easy, heading into this area over here, find a couple shield guys waiting for us. We'll just quickly take them out with 2 rifle shots. Are you serious? Both of them had Blade Plagas. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Very easy to miss shotgun shell pickup right back here. Just turn around and open that little box, and you will have 10 shotgun shells for you. Alright, I sure hope there isn't a cutscene beyond this door. Damn, gets me every time.
You'll soon harbor an awesome power. Yet it seems you would rather choose death.
I'm taking Ashley back, whether you like it or not.
Ah, the audacity of youth.
Leon, now!
Now, this is one of the more interesting sections of Separate Ways. We actually get a fight with Sadler right here, so why don't we show him what's for? Now, the TMP didn't work too effectively against him when Ada used it, but I feel like I might have better luck, so why don't we give it a shot here? When he goes in for a lunge like that, just go to move away. A lot of his attacks also have QTE dodging prompts, so just be mindful of that when moving around. We will keep hitting him with this, and whoop! Yeah, like that, like that. Like a little bit of recycled footage here. When that happens, Krauser is going to go for shooting the bullets you used on him right back at you. Now don't worry, we did actually deal some damage to him by doing that. He can only pull that party trick off so much. What we're mostly going to do here is, What we're mostly going to do here is utilize the bowgun at point blank in order to use the explosions to cancel his attack or put Ada into a invincibility frames animation. Come on, come on, come on, come on, hey, get away, get away, get away. There we go. Not exactly pulling this off properly. I am taking a bit of an awkward angle for this, I will admit. Yeah, so I'm not timing these bowgun shots properly here. What we want to do is do it as he's attacking, just cancel out both of our animations, and goodness gracious, this is not working out the way it's supposed to. This is what happens when you don't practice these tricks beforehand. That was very strange, actually. Whoop. One more, come on. Alright, that's looking good. Yes, there we go. That's more like it. Okay, now we've got the loop going here. There we go. Sometimes you do just gotta... Whoop! Oh, no! Pretty... Oh, God. Well, not what I was hoping to see, but that's okay, that's okay. We just have to run it back real quick. That was what it would look like if you screwed it up. There are plenty of items for you to utilize in here, including more bowgun bolts in and of themselves. Whoa, hello! My little Matrix action there. Let's try this again and do it a little bit better. We don't even have to bother with, whoop. I was going for the QTE there while I had the chance. Whoop. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, gotta dodge that one, unfortunately. But now that I have that under wraps, I think we should be good. Okay. And just wait a little bit more here. Come on. Where is he? Okay, there we go. That was perfect. That was not what I was going for. But fortunately, the QT will let us dodge out of the animation also. There we go. Okay. Going for the duck there just to make sure I don't get caught out. Oh, whoops. Should have actually gone for the swipe on that one. Okay. This is hurting him. I know it doesn't really look like it. This fight doesn't really have good feedback for when you're actually hurting Sadler, but we are doing damage to him. You just have to keep up the pressure. There we go. No, no, again! Well, fortunately, that time it did not kill me. He's about to kill me, though, so hopefully I can evade this damage here. Sometimes you get lucky like that. Okay. Come on, go for another swipe. Not exactly the climactic battle you're probably hoping for with this. Ah, God, the QTE actually kind of overwrote my ability to shoot there. Goodness gracious. How much damage can this guy take? Jesus. Come on, you're going down soon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not exactly the most exciting battle around, I will admit. Whoop. Almost got me, but not quite, not quite. Just a few more should do it. Come on. Oh my goodness, how is he surviving this much damage? Come on! Sadler, go down! Ah, I was so frustrated. There we go, finally! After about 5 million explosions.
Thank you. This is going to be hard to explain at customs.
I'm sure Ada is just fine. Anyways, we've got Ashley back. Don't worry, Ashley, I've got one of your favorite yellow doobies right in here and rolled up for you. Sorry, siren in the background. There we go. Ashley is at maximum health also. We have completely filled out our health bars, so we can also file that under the 100% completion definition, I suppose. Over there, we of course got the merchant. I'm gonna have to sell some of this TMP ammo. It is just taking up all sorts of needless space. It's very easy to miss treasure cache here if you break open these two barrels. Okay, break open these two barrels. There we go. You can find 5,000 pesetas in each one of them. Very nice, very nice. This is our last merchant stop for the game. Okay, not really, but last one where I'm actually going to make any selling or sales or purchases. We'll sell off all this TMP ammo that I can't use. Sell off this incendiary grenade that I'm never going to use. We will actually keep these hand grenades for later. Right now, I'm going to sell off this pearl pendant real quick. And yeah, that's all we got to sell. But we do have enough money that, you know what? Just for the heck of it, upgrade our blacktail. I haven't really been using it in a while because, well, honestly, I just haven't really had the ammo to make use of it. We get the really underwhelming upgrade for the blacktail. Over here, get one final memo from Luis. From the initial stages of the research, we have been searching for a safe and practical removal procedure of the plaga. Huh? Ironically, it turns out that the real objective of this research was not to find a way to remove the plagas from the infected persons, but to find a way that the plaga could not be removed from the body easily. Okay. Say it like that, it makes a little bit more sense. In the end, we were able to find out that the plagas could be removed by exposing them to a special radiation. The only drawback with this method is that it's a very painful procedure. Since the plaga attaches itself to the nerves, there's a possibility that it may impair the consciousness of the host. Another fact that must be mentioned is that once the plaga grows into an adult, the removal procedure could kill the host. But perhaps death isn't so bad when you think about the alternative. So there is a machine that can remove the plagas. Huh. Well, something we'll have to hopefully come across. I mean, we really need to get this parasite out of us. Sadler basically had full control over Leon at this point. Could also do some Matrix-type shit by throwing him across the room. Oh, God! Got a couple hammer guys for the road here. So many things for the road. It's like everything is coming to a head at this point in the game. Hey, there we go. I told you these guys could make blade plagas. So, you know, just one last opportunity to see that. There are a couple other guys waiting out to the side here. Fortunately, they are not really much of a match for the striker. May as well just go ham with the striker ammo here. Why not? Take these guys out, no problem. One last shot for the road here. Alright, well, I'm having a lot of fun here taking out all these enemies, but really, can we realistically expect to find that Plagas removal machine? I mean, what if Sadler has destroyed it? What if it's just nowhere on this base and it's in a separate location? I mean, is there really a realistic chance for us to remove the Plagas? Oh wait, it's right here.
This hunk of junk? I don't know about this, Leon.
There's only one way to find out. You operate.
You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
All right. Here goes nothing. How are you feeling?
Like $1,000,000.
I thought you were gonna die. All right. Guess I'm up.
You okay? I don't know about you, but I think it's time we go home.
Ashley's operation didn't really sound like she was in pain, I gotta say. Anyways, yeah, just very conveniently we get Lewis's memo explaining that there's a removal device, and then the removal device is right there. Reminder that this game's plot was drafted in like 2 to 3 weeks, and we are on to the final chapter. Technically its own act, though I kind of just consider it a coda to Act 5 more than anything. Yep. Next time will be the end of the game, the final boss, and a climactic escape sequence. Every single Resident Evil game has got to have a timed escape sequence right at the end. It's gonna be a wonderful time, and I really hope you enjoyed going through this game with me. Hope you learned something new about playing it, or about the various mechanics contained herein, but all things must come to an end, and next time, it'll be the end of this Let's Play. Preemptive thank yous to everyone who's watched and made it this far, and has enjoyed, but we're gonna have to call it at the end of the next video. But hey, one more chance to do something a little entertaining, and I've got one more special secret lined up for the end of the next video, so be excited for that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed watching, hope to see you next time. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.